Whenever you create something in Illustrator, or as a matter of fact, any computer application, you eventually apply some type of attribute or appearance to that object. Whether it's a graphic, such as this star, where we have a fill and a stroke as attributes, or you're in Microsoft Word and you highlight some text and you put a style on it to make it bold or to put italics on it. That's an attribute. So I have a star here, and I'm going to click on this icon right here to open up the appearance panel. I'll tear that off. As you can see, we see that we have a path here, which is our star, and we have a stroke, and we have a fill. The cool thing about this panel is that we are able to do much more than just see what's on our shape. We can also rearrange things as well. Let me demonstrate that to you. I'll go ahead and give this stroke a purple color, and I'll increase the size to 50 points. Now I'm going to hit X on my keyboard so I can swap to the fill color, and I'll go ahead and put a light blue in there. Now, as you can see, we have our stroke at 50 points, and we have our fill. But something that people don't really realize about the appearance panel is that we can change the stacking order of the stroke and the fill and apply separate attributes to each one of them. For example, let me go ahead and grab the fill. And by the way, before I do that, let me just show you something. The fill is actually all through here, pretty much from where the blue starts to the end here. So if I click on the fill and drag it on top of the stroke, look at that. We have now put the star shape literally on top of that stroke. Now I can go to this drop down menu and I can even add a new stroke if I want to. And as you see here, here's my new stroke. I can go to my panel and I can make this, let's say, 10 point, and I can even change the color of said stroke to brown, for example. So you can have more than one stroke, and you can create a really cool disco star if you keep adding strokes to it. One thing that you have to keep in mind, of course, is you have to keep reselecting your shape, or your effects, of course, won't be applied. So we can add another stroke, we can add another fill, we can do all kinds of really cool stuff to this object. So here's my new fill, and you can drag and drop things wherever you want them to go. So I can drag that fill there, and look at that. We have this really complicated star that you would normally have to create by drawing maybe 3 stars and overlapping them on top of one another. But no, you can do all of that with the appearance panel. So what I suggest you do is simply experiment with it and see all kinds of cool things that you can now apply to your artwork based on simply rearranging the layers in the appearance panel to create all kinds of new artwork.